TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who Dat and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who Dat in all of us.
Thank you for making Saints Central your black and gold home for the New Orleans Saints.
Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that?
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Payton, New Orleans, Who Dat Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
And he kept going back and forth. If you watch me during coaching, and he kept going back and forth. If you watch me doing about 3 months ago, and he kept going back and forth. If you watch me during my coaching carousel on week 18 of Fox NFL Sunday, I said after I think Who's Out, I said, and by the way, you'll probably have another opening or so from a coach that could step away that because it's been a tough year or two with COVID, and that's what I was talking about. And he went into, originally we were going to break it that Tuesday right after. And I was like, he said, but I want, talk to Mrs. Benson. Well, Mrs. Benson told him, hey, why don't you take a few days off and really think about it. So Sean said, I'm not going to do it yet. Mrs. Benson wants me to take a couple of days off. Well, a couple of days turned into 2 weeks at Cabo. And then when he came back, it was better like, hey, this is your story. This is your deal. However you want it to come out, which it should be. If a guy says to me, at first he's like, yeah, I'll let you break it at first. But then if he says, I want to do this, that's their prerogative, to do that. But we were talking, and the thing too is I didn't want to go full in on it also because he kept changing his mind.
Yeah, I mean, like he might have said, after all that 2 weeks in Cabo, but I can only imagine he, just today, just like as I said yesterday, today he's not has to talk about.
I think I spoke to him this morning.
Yeah, he's have to worry about the combine or what's going on at the Senior Bowl.
I spoke to him this morning or last night. Either one, I was giving him, crap about his 1 hour
his preamble.
His preamble
that became an amble.
Yeah.
You think he is definitely out for 2022 because a lot of people think that he's just trying to
hustle another. Yeah, but even so, if that's the case, he's not going to retire for 3 days and get traded to another team. I don't think so. No, I think but I think it's just hard for him. Here's the thing. Again, MVP, it's a charity for transition.
Yes.
So I think he wants to step away, but at the same time, there's probably a fear like, okay, well, I've never not been on a team. I've never not been part. I mean, this is going back, right? High school, college, NFL. He's never not been in a locker room. So I think some of that too, it kind of jolts you a little bit. So he's like, oh, okay, well, I think I could do this, but I'm not sure I could not be around my locker room.
Well, every coach I've ever worked with, former coach I've ever worked with on television, still has. I mean, you never get that competition wanting to talk to the refs, even if you're, on the sideline or of a broadcast. Like and he even said he thinks he'll get back into coaching at some point. I mean, he also mentioned TV. He mentioned a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's always. I mean, I think he's mentioned me. A year or two. He said, but I don't know. They go on long. I don't know. I don't know how much I'm going to love this or not love this.
Right.
And I think, too, for a lot of coaches, the losses are so hard on them and their families. And when it gets to the point where you can't enjoy the wins anymore, that's when you got to kind of move it along.
No
right?
question.
And all those guys who, Jimmy Johnson will tell you the same thing. And, I haven't talked to Bill Cowher, but I'm assuming they all go through the same thing.
Jim Morris Sr. told me that the loss, the sting of the losses and the depression of the losses lasted so long and was so more intense than the excitement over the wins.
But when the wins stop being exciting, that's when it's time to exhale and take a breath. Right? And that's what happens to a lot of these guys. The losses beat them down so much sometimes.
Happened to Madden, happened to Vermeil.
They can't enjoy the wins anymore.
So, do you think that's part of it? What happened with Sean, or
again, it's just been a lot over the years.
Right.
So this is something he started telling me about 3 months ago, and he was he seemed at peace with it 3 months ago, and then all of a sudden he kind of 3 weeks later he'd have an idea, and then maybe or he'd be really excited about something and
almost made the playoffs. I know. He was in a position. Like,
he texted me, he goes, well, the Rams screwed me again. Dead serious.
That's a brief, maybe 3 or 4 minute clip from Rich Eisen's show. He had Fox Sports insider Jay Glazer on. And, of course, Jay Glazer originally was supposed to be the guy that breaks the Sean Payton story. Just interesting that Glazer in this interview said that Coach Payton said that 3 months ago he told him this. So that would put him 3 months ago would put you where at in the season, fam? 3 months ago. It's January, so it'll be December, November. He told him that in November. 3 months. It's just interesting, man, how it's all coming out. 3 months ago, he told him this, according to what Jay Glazer just confided and told the rest of the media world. Much love to the fam. Thank y'all for joining for this stream on Thursday. And like I've been saying for some time now, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q, your host. Welcome to the Great Saint Think Tank, the Sports Coma, the Who Dat Nation, the Black and Gold Nation. I salute you guys. Even though we sitting right now without a head coach, rest assured, family, we will get the best one that we possibly can to continue the winning ways in the Crescent City. So much love to the fam. I appreciate y'all for being here. Much love to the fam, Brother Jerry, Brian Pearson. Much love to you guys. Appreciate you being there. Who that to you, Torrey Shepard Sr.? Who that to you, John Thompson? Who that to you? Lori, what's up, Queen? Who that to you as well? Ant-Man, who that to you? And much love to the fam. Big Ant, who that to you? Who that daddy? Who that to you, fam? Appreciate you. 3 L's is in the building. Who that to you? Slim South 504. What's up, fam? Who that to you? What's up, Queen KB? Who that to you as well? Appreciate you, Josh Goat 23. Much love to you. All right, appreciate you being here. Who that Dana? What's happening, Queen? Who that to you? Appreciate you. All right, Kenny. What's up, Kenny? Who that to you, my brother? Appreciate you being here as well. All right, 985 Live in the building. What's up, 985 Live? Who that to you, fam? Appreciate you as well. All right, big ups to the entire fam. Swag fam, what's happening, fam? Appreciate you as well. All right, what's up, Brother Darry? Who that to you, brother? Good to see you out there as well. Much love. All right, who else we got here? Seabrook, what's up, Mike? Who that to you, fam? Appreciate you. Teal, my dog Teal. What's up, brother? How you doing? My brother Teal in the building as well. And big ups to the rest of the fam. Appreciate y'all being here. Please feel free to hit upon the like button as you come into the stream as well. What's up, Brother Hennessy? Who that to you, fam? Appreciate you. And thank you guys for being in the live stream as well. And I'll open up the stream, fam, playing Jay Glazer, the Fox insider, who was dropping some science about Coach Payton. And it was intriguing, interesting, but I just wanted the Who Dat Nation to know. He told Glazer 3 months ago, according to Jay Glazer, that he was stepping down, and then Jay Glazer, then he said he would then flip-flop, but he told him that 3 months ago, which if I'm right in the calendar of my mind, this is January, and it goes to January, December, and November. So that will put him in November when he said it's just interesting how it's now coming back, how this is like something you think it happened after the season. This was going on during the season, which would explain a lot about this season. I know Coach Payton's gone, but man, doesn't this shed light on his final season in the Who Dat Nation if Glazer is telling you that he was thinking about stepping down in November? Damn. Which to me, if that's the case, that would say everything, whether it was C-19, but then again, all the coaches was dealing with C-19. It hit us hard, but it hit a lot of other teams hard as well. And I hear what Jay Glazer was saying about how the losses hurt harder than the wins, which it shouldn't be. Well, how they take them, but at the same time, don't the paycheck feel so good, baby? I bet you that paycheck don't hurt with a win or a loss. It feel good either way, baby. But yeah, this is it. It paints a whole nother light on the season if Jay Glazer is telling you that Coach Payton told him in November. And matter of fact, Glazer was, according to, and I played the interview, you heard it. Glazer said that he was supposed to get the exclusive, but then when it came out, Jay Glazer said, "Hey man, this is your thing. You tell," which is honorable how Jay Glazer did. Got to give him a shout out on that, because most of them are ravenous. They'd be like, "Oh, coach, give me the scoop." But no, Jay Glazer said, "Coach, handle it your way." But Coach Payton was talking to him, telling him in November that he was going to think about stepping down at the end of the season. That put us right in the crunch of the season with a lot of stuff going on. And people was like, damn, what's going on? And to a degree, Coach Payton had checked out mentally, if that's true. If he was telling Jay Glazer that he was going to step down at the end of the year. So damn, so that makes me think, damn. The question I asked yesterday about Drew Brees, if Drew Brees was still on the team and they had a 2-year contract and Drew was on the team last year and next year, will Coach Payton leave? The answer is hell no. Drew Brees was a big part of Coach Payton's sticking power through here, because Drew made it really easy on Coach Payton offensively speaking. He left a lot of the offense in the hand of Drew Brees. And then when it came to it, now certain games when Drew was hurt, he would then move in and he had success there and he had to do a little coaching there. But to do that type of coaching for a full season without Drew, damn. But anyway, I just found that interesting, man. I was listening to Glazer. I said, I got to play this for the Who Dat Nation, man, because that would definitely shine a light on the last season here. And then, of course, I was thinking about, like, damn, this is it's just interesting. But anyway, just that's a little piece on that. But this one's called TSC, who's the Saints' next head coach. Much love to the fam. I appreciate y'all being up in this thing as well. So much love to all the family members. As we're going to go over a few notes and items, please feel free to hit the like button, fam. Please feel free to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Please feel free to share the show links on your social media, the Saints family members. So I'm not going to hold y'all. Well, then again, this is going to be a 2-hour stream. I'm opening up the lines in a minute. We're going to go over a few news, notes, and items in this thing. Who's the next Saints head coach here to replace Coach Payton? And of course, there are a few things going on, and we're going to cover a few things right here. And this is one of the articles that we're going to share with the family members here. This is from our good friends at the Saints News Network. That's there on the scoop, John Hendricks. Saints put in interview requests for Byron Leftwich and Aaron Glenn. So that's 2 coaches. And of course, Gail, that Southern Belle, said that they were going to do a thorough search for a coach. And that's what you're supposed to do. Go look around, talk to people, and go on from there. So let's dive right into this thing. The Saints have put an interview request for Tampa's Byron Leftwich and Detroit's Aaron Glenn. The Saints are facing unfamiliar territory for the first time in a long time without Coach Payton as their head coach. As the search goes on, things are certainly heating up for New Orleans, according to reports Thursday by ESPN's Adam Schefter and Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer. You can add Byron Leftwich and Aaron Glenn in the list of names for potential candidates. The Saints put in a formal request to interview these two, which will certainly add to the list that consists of Dennis Allen as the front runner. Owner Gail Benson said on Tuesday following Coach Payton's press conference that the team was going to make a thorough search and choose the right person for the position. Byron Leftwich started this venture into coaching in 2016 after last playing for the Steelers in 2012. After making his way up as an interim with the Cardinals, he took over as the quarterbacks coach for Bruce Arians after the two had history in their time at Pittsburgh. Leftwich eventually took over as an interim offensive coordinator in 2018, but was fired shortly after, then reunited with Arians in Tampa in January of 2019. As for Aaron Glenn, many remember him for his time with the Saints. He was instrumental in changing one of the league's worst secondary units, coaching them from 2016 to 2020 before getting promoted to the Lions defensive coordinator for Dan Campbell. Saints head coach searching take shape as the front runner, according to many media operators, it's Dennis Allen. Allen has been with the Saints on two separate stints and would be the logical choice to take over for Coach Payton. Now, a lot of people are not excited about the Dennis Allen thing. Some are. Some people want to see new blood in the organization. Some people would still like to have the familiarity of having a guy that's familiar with the Saints way of living, the Saints way of life, the success model to continue on. This Dennis Allen does have a familiarity with that. Outside of being a head coach, he didn't have a successful stint with Oakland. I think that was a little too early for him to jump out there in that water, and he failed. But that's years later, and he learned a lot from being under Coach Payton. And to be honest with you, he should have success if they choose him. I'm not saying they would, but it's clear, it's obvious that he is the front runner. But they would have success because he do accomplish two things. The team is familiar with him. He is a pretty good defensive coordinator. He got the Saints defense along with him and Coach Richard and the rest of the defensive assistants got the Saints defense just playing on a championship level. Now, as far as the OC is concerned, it would more than likely he would keep Pete Carmichael here and allow Carmichael to be the offensive coordinator that he should have been for years. So you can see you have that defense and still have Payton's principles in the offensive unit. So you'll have familiarity with guys like Elvin Kamara and Michael Thomas. It wouldn't be so much of a leap in philosophy away from what the team is used to. So I can understand that model. But let's continue to look at the rest of the guys that's here. Former player, Aaron Glenn, with history with the Saints, most notably as their defensive back coach from 2016 to 2020. It feels like just the Saints are taking just an interview request on Aaron Glenn. He's a guy that played in the league for years. He played for the Saints at the last of his career. He's a respected coach. Aaron Glenn, to me, did a pretty decent job in terms of with the secondary for the Saints, getting them up to par. But the staying power, you see, after 4 years, they started going down. So, he doesn't have any head coaching experience, and it's a leap from a defensive back coach to a defensive coordinator in 1 year, then to a head coach. But that's been done before quite recently, to be honest with you. So the Saints are looking at Aaron Glenn just for an interview request as well. A lot of people are not excited about that, but, whatever. Glenn left the team for the promotion with the Lions. Leftwich is the interesting choice that the Saints are looking at. Byron Leftwich has certainly had an interesting ride as a coach, and many feel that he's ready to lead. As you can see, his lineage right here in a Falcon uniform, a lot of years at the QB position, former first-round pick, played for the Falcons, played for the Jags, played for the Steelers, played for everybody. Dude was all over the place. And Payton's advice to the next coach was simple and straightforward. You have to be yourself. So contrary to popular belief, Saints are going to be a premier destination. Someone who is willing to put in the work and absolutely help New Orleans going in the right direction. Who that person will ultimately remains to be seen. A subtle reminder in the NFL offseason calendar is that whoever does become the Saints head coach will be able to start the offseason program April the 4th, 2 weeks earlier than what Payton would have been able to do. A lot of stuff going on too. So these just a few names that the Saints are linked to in terms of who that they're looking at. Byron Leftwich, and a lot of talk was Byron Leftwich is definitely headed toward perhaps getting the job. A lot of people thought that he'd be better going into college and then getting that perspective. But Leftwich is a smart dude. But like I said, they're going to do their due diligence. Although you had several NFL teams already got their guys. You got Paul Hackett's boy. He signed on to be the head coach of was it the Broncos that picked him up? I want to say Hackett's boy, Nathaniel Hackett, was picked up and got a job. And Chicago has a new coach too. They picked up and got them a coach. The former defensive coordinator from the Colts, Eberflus, is their new head coach. So two teams today, both Denver and Chicago, have new head coaches. So let's see where the Saints fall in that mixture to get that job, get whoever they got to get in the building, and let's continue the stuff wrong, because they got a lot of stuff the team has to pay attention to moving forward, and what would be the philosophy heading forward, depending on the head coach. Because new head coach means they might want to go in a different direction in terms of quarterback. So many different things that we have to look at in terms of who that coach be. But let's continue this mantra, being that the show's named that. Let's continue to look at some other stuff here as 6 possible candidates for New Orleans. And of course, we talked about the one deal we about with this SI and the Saints News Network spoke about in terms of guys like Byron Leftwich and Aaron Glenn. And of course, DA is another dude. But let's look at some other names, shall we? All right, Saints head coach candidates to replace Sean Payton, 6 of them. And this is by Saints News Wire, Mr. Sigler. And the Saints are starting with a delayed entry to this year's NFL head coach hiring cycle, but no team has announced their new coach just yet. That's kind of outdated as the team. Just Denver and Chicago has new coaches today. And will there be a big push for the family members just to hand the job to defensive coordinator Dennis Allen? The Saints owe it to themselves and their supporters to make sure they're hiring the best man for the job. I concur. With that in mind, here are 6 candidates I'd call if I were in charge of the Saints coaching search. Fair enough. Number 1 at the top of the list, DA. A lot of Saints family members like that choice. The search has to start at home, right? Allen got a quick endorsement from Payton during his outro press conference. He's definitely earned consideration for the role. He's been on the staff since 2015, and his defense has outplayed Payton's offense over the last couple of years, becoming a true strength of the team, counting in the Saints defense. Before people poo-poo what Dennis Allen did, Dennis Allen defense was responsible for several Saints wins, in particularly a glaring one was the Tampa Bay shutout with Tom Brady 9-0. That was strictly a defensive effort. Dennis Allen's defense this year was responsible for several Saints wins and a couple of losses too. The Giants in particular, when the defense could not close the door. But anyway, the defense carried the offense this year for the Saints to a 9-8 record. Now, the offense had better performance in several contests, including the Dolphins game and a couple others. The Saints would have had double-digit wins this year and would have made the playoffs. But got to give Dennis Allen credit, him and the defensive assistants. That defense was championship caliber this year. If the offense, and I know we had a lot of injuries, the C-19 stuff came along, but if the offense was able to produce 21 points a game, maybe between offense and special teams, we would have probably seen some smoke there. But we got to give him credit where credit's due on that. So that he had his defense was rock 'em and sock 'em this year. The continuity is important, and Allen could step into a larger role without really shaking up things. The Saints have done their best. Here's a real scenario where the Saints evaluate all their options to decide if Allen's the best fit. Now, you have a guy walking in here that's familiar with the Saints defense. They like Dennis Allen or not a lot. He's not particularly an outgoing personality in terms of the media, which I don't how he handles the media. That's not really a big thing in my book. But what's intriguing is the fact that if you get Dennis Allen, like I said before, you keep a familiarity with things. The defensive personnel know him. So there's still that feeling that you don't have to move everything out and people in. There is, depending on what the contract length, it provides stability for people in the building. And of course, like I say, if Dennis Allen is the guy, he's going to keep Carmichael. Carmichael becomes your OC automatically. So when they go in the building, the Saints have the answers to the questions with Dennis Allen. How's your offensive system going to look with Dennis Allen is going to let Carmichael and his assistants run that offense the way they see fit. And a lot of people know that he has been one of the key understudies, the understudy, not named Drew Brees, under Coach Payton with Coach Payton's offense. So he knows it. Can he implement it? And not as like hope, but in a balanced manner, which a lot of the Who Dat Nation would like to see it more of a balanced approach from the Saints offense. Then it does cut down in terms of the movement of who, this, that, and the third. It does provide, I think, to a degree, safety of certain personnel that would not have that same safety if a new safety. If a new coach came in, he might not be feeling them and like, listen, you make it too much to be doing what you're doing. Hasta la vista, baby. That changes a little bit with that scenario. All right, with Dennis Allen. Let's move on to the next one. Eric Bieniemy. And Bieniemy is a New Orleans native who went to high school in California. Bieniemy's name has come up frequently annual in the head coach searches around the league, but he's still working in the same role with the KC Chiefs. As the offensive coordinator, he's excelled as Pat Mahomes' play caller, helping design one of the NFL's most creative and explosive offense. As far as the football performance goes, he's earned the right to run his own team twice over, but he's been passed over again and again. And I think a lot of things tied to Brother Bieniemy is the fact that what I was hearing that he doesn't interview well. And I think that's a part of why they passing up. He's not interviewing well is what I'm hearing about some of this stuff with Eric Bieniemy. But you can't shmoo what he been doing in terms of his resume. The man know what he's doing. So, and let's keep it going. But he's been passed over again and again, whether that's due to poor interviews, the history of legal issues back in the night. Nobody care about that. Or racial bias among NFL owners, or some combination of those factors and unkillable. But the Saints should give him a fair shot, just like any other candidate. We'll see if the Saints interview Eric Bieniemy. He should be on the list to be interviewed because I'm pretty sure the guy knows what he's doing, man. He got a good imagination, and perhaps he gets an opportunity. Another man on the list is Mr. Brian Flores, who should never have been fired from the Miami Dolphins. Shame on him. He did some phenomenal stuff, and he got a young team there, and he was doing some stuff, and you just got to keep working with him. The last coach to beat Payton was Flores, guiding the Dolphins through a tough rebuild, established one of the NFL's better defense in recent seasons, but he was weighted down by a big draft bust in Tua Tagovailoa. I won't call him that yet. And dissatisfaction with his quarterback ultimately led to a split. Flores is one of the hottest names on the market and getting a lot of attention from other teams. The Saints would be smart to interview him for the job, bringing in a defensive-minded head coach over Allen would really rock the boat, but change might be what the Saints need this moment. And if you do that, that means you want to disconnect from the old blood of what the Saints have here and a flipping up over of the franchise with a very young and energetic, exciting coach like Brian Flores is. He knows defense. He is outgoing. He got a very high football IQ, and he would be an intriguing candidate for the Saints position. Flores is really intelligent, man, and with a good staff around him, could you imagine what he can do for the black and gold? Let's keep it going. Aaron Glenn, we talked about this as the Saints issued an interview request to the now defensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. Looked like he constipated on this picture. We should expect Glenn to interview for the job, even if the Saints ultimately go in a different direction. He was very popular with his players in New Orleans and has seen his star rise after coaching up the feisty Lions defense as Cannibals defensive coordinator. If the Saints don't hire him, some other teams should in a couple of years. Glenn connects well with players as a former player himself and his experience as a pro scout prior to turning to coaching. He's helped give a bird's eye view on how teams are built and maintained successfully. How his return would impact Dennis Allen and his replacement, Chris Richard, is fascinating to consider. All right. Dougie Peterson, which is a guy somebody pulling. This is what Sigler throwing out. I wouldn't have considered Dougie P, but let's see what he says. Peterson has been out of football for a year, but he's getting interviews. He did get a couple of interviews, and the Saints should give him a look too. He's got some connections with Louisiana, having started at Louisiana Monroe as a player, and his pals with Coach Payton. But the more important note on his resume is he's 46-39-1. He got a record as as the Philadelphia head coach, including the playoffs. He won a Super Bowl and 2 division titles in that time. If not for political infighting with the Eagles front office, he'd still be winning games in Philly. It's possible a more coach-friendly setup in New Orleans could benefit. Is Dougie P a guy? He does have the Super Bowl ring. Dougie P he's a character. A lot of people like Peterson, but whether he's a fit in New Orleans is yet to be the scene. And of course, he throws a college coach, because you got to do that, Jim Harbaugh, which is rumors are coming out that Harbaugh is ready to take the step to back to the pros. He had a lot of success there with the 49ers. We remember him all too well. So let's hear what Sigler says about him. Yeah, really, that there was a lot of smoke early in the hiring cycle about Harbaugh returning to the NFL, maybe with the Dolphins or the Raiders or the Vikings, but he hasn't materialized into anything substantial. He would be the exact sort of dynamic hire to keep New Orleans on the national radar. He likes Payton and a lot. He's like Payton in a lot of ways, with a reputation as a team builder and players coach. And like Payton, he's reviled by everyone but family members of the teams he's coaching. Plus, he made a successful jump to the NFL, going 44-19-1 and play away he had a play away from the Super Bowl. That was a really good one too, against his brother. He won everywhere he's coached. At Michigan, he's 61-24. At Stanford, he's 21-29. If the Saints want to go into a radical new direction, hiring Harbaugh would be a choice. And we remember Jim Harbaugh from his days as the coach of the San Francisco 49ers, and he was a hell of a coach there. So some interesting choice by Sigler about who the coaches should be. Dougie P is an interesting hire. And of course, rumors, the Saints is going to keep looking as well and keep trying to see what they can find. All right, let's keep it going here as we keep the thing moving as well. Let's also hit you with this one here. Well, we already got this one here. This is 9 names. This is from NOLA's.com's Luke Johnson, who he think will be good names to be talking about. Of course, they say Dennis Allen as well. Carmichael, there's another one, Pete Carmichael, the Saints offensive coordinator. That's a hot one that he mentioned, Carmichael. And he says Carmichael has not generated much buzz as a potential replacement for Payton, but he should at least be given an opportunity to interview. Carmichael has served as Payton's right hand throughout the entirety of his tenure in New Orleans. Although Payton regularly handed the play calling duties, Carmichael took a few memorable turns in that seat as well. His demeanor is almost complete opposite of Coach Payton's. It's similar to Mickey Loomis's demeanor, where he's a guy that melts to the background, doesn't want to be out front. He's just a guy that's just not in your face. He's just a guy that melts into the background. His demeanor is almost the complete opposite of Coach Payton, reserved, which is good. That's a good term for him. Where Payton is brash and cool, where Payton is fiery. But there's nobody outside of maybe Drew Brees who has a better understanding of how Payton coached offensive football. This is true. We talk about Aaron Glenn. We mentioned him. They mentioned Joe Lombardi, who is the Chargers offensive coordinator, who spent time as the Saints guy. And then, of course, we talked about Eric Bieniemy. We talked about Flores. We talked about Peterson. They throw on this list Kellen Moore, the Dallas Cowboys offensive coordinator. Moore is considered one of the NFL's rising young coaches, and the numbers bear that out. In 3 years as offensive coordinator, Cowboys have led the NFL in total offense twice, including the past year. Plus, it's fun to just bring up the fun little coincidence that the last time the Saints had to hire a head coach, they plucked a bright young offensive coach out of Dallas. That seemed to turn out okay. That was a great point right there by Luke Johnson at the end. When people hear Kellen Moore, it's like, oh, what you talking about? And then he nailed them right there at the back end. Remember, you got a guy from Dallas by the name of Coach Payton, Sean Payton. You got him from Dallas, and now possibly going back to where he came from. Sometimes we forget that, man. Sometimes we forget that. We forget that little thing. That was good. That was a good piece of information by Luke Johnson. So yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That was pretty smart. All right, let's keep it going, fam. We got one more here. Let me see if I can hit y'all. But one more here. We did that. How about this one here for Cam, and then we'll move on. We got Sway waiting patiently. Cam Jordan makes his recruiting pitch. And of course, Cam Jordan making his recruiting pitch, He ain't even got a coach, but Cam, the man, Jordan, is not waiting around. Cam wants in his pitch to get Aaron Rodgers here. And I'm not gonna read the article, fam. I'm just gonna play for you guys what Cam the man said during the article, so you can hear it for yourself. So y'all hit 1 in the chat if y'all can hear it. Here we go.
Pitch to Aaron Rodgers to come to New Orleans, knowing we don't even know who the head coach is.
I mean, I've heard he had some rifts with his last head coach, so I'm just saying, maybe come pick one out. At this point, it might be
full control, Cam. You just let him come in here and just run it.
Yeah, between, like I said, then he gets with Mrs. B, Gail Benson. He gets with Mickey. I'm not sure what kind of access top tier quarterbacks get. I'm a defensive end. I just worry about hitting the next quarterback. But quarterbacks usually have a little bit more executive say than so said defensive players. So I'm just saying, this could probably help us out in the long
run. Oh yeah, Cam. I hear you, brother. Let's get this going, man. Recruit. We don't have a head coach, Cam, right now. But yeah, man, let's see if we can get A-Rod on. I ain't mad at you, Cam. Do your thing, baby. Do your thing. All right, so that was Killer Cam, man, in there dropping sides, man. and only the way Cam Jordan could do. But anyway, we're gonna bring Swade aboard the show, and we're gonna have the family members to chime in as well. We're gonna open up the phone line, so please feel free, family, to hit the like button if you hadn't already. Hit the damn like button. Hit it for your boy. Also, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And we about to. He brings Swade aboard. Swade, welcome to the stream, bro. Are you there?
Yeah, I think I'm here.
Okay, I can hear you. I don't see your emoji. You having camera troubles?
Yeah, I'm having camera problems, so I'm still hearing spirit and voice though. That's all good. That's what counts. You know what I'm saying?
All right, appreciate you being in the building, bro. What do you thought about with some of the topics I cover? I know you heard the Cam Jordan, what he was thinking about,
right?
Recruiting A-Rod. What you think about that?
Well, first of all, I mean, to be so out and we're looking for A-Rod. That shows how much faith he has in Winston, right? If I was Winston, I'd be like, God damn, dog. Well, Jesus. Hello? Right, like, damn, how you doing?
I was thinking that when I was saying that, I was like, damn, bro. What is
right,
that?
Jesus.
Like, come to the team. And James is sitting there rehabbing his tore up legs, being like,
right.
Damn,
like,
Cam,
damn,
I thought
bro.
we was partners.
I thought we were cool, bro. So that's cool. That's cool. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Cam is, he's heading to, I guess, kind of sort of end of his career. He has a lot of juice left, but you know what I mean. So he wants to, he just wants to get something going, like right quick, championship ready. Just add water, He wants to get it going quick, and I could definitely dig it, man. He has no time for rebuilding, man. I'm trying to get this done now, Right. So I can dig that. As far as the coaching options go, dude, I'm weighing heavily on Leftwich and or Be Enemy is the ones I love. Harbaugh is a good selection. I can definitely do them. That would be my top 3. Dennis Allen, I'm not too fond of because of how it worked out with him in Oakland. But he's an awesome defensive. Some coaches are just awesome coordinators, but they're not good head coaches. And I'm not to throw any shade on Mr. Allen, but I think he's like one of those people. He's an awesome defensive coordinator, but it just didn't work out with him as being a head coach. And it could possibly be, he just needed to be with the right organization. Maybe the Saints would be the right organization for Dennis Allen, where he can spread his wings and become successful. Who knows? But we'll never know until we get that person in the head seat, man, and give him a shot.
Yeah, I do. I'm not gonna tell you no lie. I do. I like Eric Bieniemy. Leftwich is interesting. The Saints are putting a request to interview Leftwich. Also, you talk about Aaron Glenn. The Saints are looking at him. Dennis Allen is the forerunner of it, because what he does is he makes sense as the hire because he kind of keeps things in place. He keeps the defense, that championship defense. Carmichael gets in. I know Carmichael will be his dude, that he'll run the offense, and the spirit of Payton will be will be around the team.
It'll still be alive, right?
Right. It will continue what in part was just without Payton being there, but his philosophies, Dennis Allen's principles and Coach Payton's offensive philosophies would be present in the building, which a lot of people are. They want that balanced attack, that fantastic balanced attack where the Saints are averaging 27, 28 points a game. We got weapons. We need to add to what we're doing. We need to
be honest. To be honest, Q. There's nothing wrong with
Flores too. Seth says Q. Yeah, I was talking about Flores, man. Flores is a very I ain't gonna say the man a disrespected person, but he's
underrated.
Underrated. That's perfectly what I was looking for. He's a very underrated person in terms of who should be the coach. The guy he has a high football IQ. He's a good communicator, really good motivator. And one of the family members said this in the yesterday stream, and it threw me off. Like, they said, listen, we need a New Orleans Saints version of Willie Green, who the Pelicans have. And I was thinking, I'll say, damn, that would be intriguing. So who would that be? Brian Flores. Brian Flores is really, his technique, really high IQ. He's intense, but he's intelligent. He's a good communicator. And
that's the former Dolphins coach, correct?
Yes. And that, I was like thinking of, when he said that, who to me would be a Willie Green type coach that the team can get behind, and he's be right around the age group. Flores. I was thinking about, I was like, that'd be intriguing. But
why would you want a Willie Green type coach?
Because what Willie Green represents is he's a motivator. He's a really smart and well-respected former player who knows how to talk to people. He don't talk down to people.
Can he win?
He is winning right now. So he's winning without some pieces there, but they are winning. They are winning and picking up games. So he is increasing the winning in the building for them. It's going to take a little bit, but they are on the right side of things. When you have a losing organization and you got to put them on your back, you got to reach out to the people, and they are improving. And that's the same process. If you look at what Miami did with Flores, is you can see that later on in the year, you see they started to buy in, and then you start seeing improvement when they lost like 6 straight, and then boom, they won like 7 straight. And the man is right. I wouldn't call Tua.
So why would they
quarterback play?
Why would they let him go?
Problem. I don't know why they would let him go, Swade. I don't know why, but Flores is a good coach, man. He ain't got the job off of GP. He's a good coach. So I mean, we'll see. But anyway, well, I got a couple of family members on the line. But go ahead, Swade. Finish your thought, bro. Then I'm gonna get Brother Jerry in here.
It's all good, Jerry, but yeah. Right. Don't forget. I have not forgot, guys.
I ain't forget about Eli Apple. I got you, Swade.
Hey, man, look. This guy here went in on. Did you talk about this on? I'm pretty sure you did because you cover everything. This guy here trashing our city, bro. Like, we cannot let this guy get away with this. We trash everybody else, even Roddy. What his name? Roddy Stupid. What his name? Him from the wide receiver from the Falcons. Him. You know what I'm saying? Yo, let's go in on this guy. Let's go. All right, let's go to Q. Come on, Brandon Collins. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing some stuff on him. I got a video. Much love to some of the family members that added. They have the Gremlin remix, they call it, of they call him a Gremlin.
You're right.
Eli Apple, totally confused, baffled, missing tackles, missing interceptions. It just goes to show you getting in the way of other players trying to make plays, like this play right here, where he just gets in the way of Damari. Damari just pushes his silly ass down on the ground. So, I mean, Look, he gets burnt, misses tackles, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, we're going to get it covered today, man. We got you on Eli Apple, brother. We ready. But anyway,
right. You know?
We're going to bring, we got Brother Jerry up first. Then we got Brother Derek, followed by Andy Social 504, DJ from the State of the Pels. We're gonna bring them in. But remember, fam, please be brief with your commentary. I want to try to get as many family members as you can to get their thoughts on Coach Payton and the future of where we should go with this here thing. So with
You
that
heard the
being
new
said,
Eli Apple diet, right?
no, what is it?
Yeah, they eat nothing but dust. All right, let's go, player.
All right, brother Jared, welcome to the stream, bro.
What's up, brother Jay?
Big Q? What's up, Sway?
How you doing,
Here,
brother?
baby.
Hey, Sway, you a trip, bro.
Hey, man, I can't let this dude get away with this, man. Are you serious? Yeah, I said it stink. It stink out there, but they ain't got you. You ain't from here. You can't tell us that, son.
Man, look, I got nothing to say about rotten apple.
Right. Yeah, I got you. My brother.
But anyway, what's good? What's good, fellas? How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good, brother Jerry.
Yes, sir. On cloud 9.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing.
How you feeling about
doing
Payton?
pretty good. Doing pretty good.
What's your thoughts on Coach Payton and the future of the team, brother Jerry?
Well, before I get to that, Big Q, shouts out to everybody in the chat. Who that to everybody? I hope everybody is doing well all this week, despite what we heard earlier this week. But first off, before I get to the Sean Payton moment, I just want to do a quick recap on what I witnessed earlier this week. And I'm sure everybody in the chat can agree with me when I say this. I'm glad. First off, Sunday, the divisional playoff. I'm happy that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got eliminated by the Los Angeles Rams, because all these Buccaneer fans talking about, oh, they're going back-to-back Super Bowl. I say, the Rams say, no, you ain't. We're kicking y'all ass out of the playoffs. Y'all ain't going back. So that's why Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are sitting at home as we speak, coming from a Saints fan. I'm happy about that.
Right. It looked like they're about to blow that whole thing up. Like the whole team looked like it's about to fall apart.
Exactly. And talking about, since they like to fire cannons, that's exactly what they did while they got eliminated. They were firing cannons, headed back home.
Yeah. The glue.
So you know I had to break that out, Big Q.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they got lunched out of there, and Brady going facing retirement. So is Gronkowski. So the party times are over.
Yep, that's right.
Reality, back to life, back to reality.
Yep,
Tampa
back
Bay
to reality.
Back to life.
Back to reality.
Yeah. That's good, man. We're gonna pretty much. I think somebody made a comment yesterday. We're gonna pretty much run the NFC South, man. We, like you said, the Buccaneers about to blow all that up. Yep, Atlanta has never been right, and then you got Carolina is always.
Oh, don't even mention me about the Falcons now. Don't mention me about the Falcons, man.
I told somebody.
As a matter of fact, I want to touch on that real quick. Then I'm gonna get to my next topic. As you all know, our good friend, Big Low Country Sports. Shouts out to Big Low. What in the world, Bo? Shouts out to Big Low. He had his live stream Wednesday night. All them Falcon fans talking all that noise because, what's my next topic gonna be? And that's before I get to that, Tuesday, when I heard the news around like 1 o'clock, because I was just fixing lunch, to have a little lunch and stuff. And when I looked at my phone saying breaking news, Sean Payton stepping down and take a year off, I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. And then I turned on WWL in New Orleans, and they had it on there. They had it on their YouTube page, and it was legit. And I was like, what? Sean Payton stepping down? Why?
Yeah.
And I understand. And then they had their press conference a couple of hours later on the Saints YouTube channel, and we all watched it, all 92. I would say a half hour. I mean, an hour and a half. I would say, of, they get, he all the stuff he was saying. So, and it kind of sting me for a minute, but I kept the faith. I pulled myself together because ain't nothing to get sad about. I mean, like I said in the past, the future is now. This is 2022, so I hope and pray that Dennis Allen will get this job. I have a strong belief. Yeah, everybody's high on Dennis Allen being the next head coach because, as Big Q just mentioned, that he filled in when Sean Payton had COVID when they played the Week 15 game against Tampa Bay on Sunday night. I remember, even though it was 9-0, but that whole defense was just shutting down the Buccaneers team. So that's my I would say that's my pick. I know they got other interviews and stuff. I understand that, but back to what I was saying about Big Law. Everybody was talking all that noise, talking about the Falcons going to run the NFC South. I said, man, y'all must be drunk. I don't know what weed you're smoking. I don't know what liquor y'all drinking over there. That ain't gonna happen as long as the Saints running things over there. And
I'm about to tell you,
talking all that, talking about all these playoff losses. And I said, let me tell y'all something. Who at least the Saints got a Super Bowl ring. Where's y'all's? Y'all went to the Super Bowl twice, and y'all lost to Denver, and you lost to New England. So what's y'all excuse? The definition of a Falcon fan. So I had to go over there. And Marley, if you on the chat, man, I had to go over there with you, bruh. The Who Dat Nation always travel well. I always say it all the time. We travel well.
Right. Falcons.
Yeah.
The acronym for Falcon is fans always left counting on next season. That's them right there.
That's it. That's it.
There you go.
And then earlier, I heard the news earlier this morning. I know it's not New Orleans Saints related, but I heard that Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger retired after 18 seasons. And my thought process was, I just want Ben Roethlisberger to just come back just one more year, just one more, because the Saints are playing the Steelers next season at Heinz Field, and I just want to face Roethlisberger one last time. But I understand it is what it is. So they pretty much on the same boat as we are, seeing who's going to be the future quarterback, not only for the Saints but also for the Steelers also. So when that time comes, it'll be game time. So
right. Yeah, there's a lot of quarterbacks available.
I wish Ben Roethlisberger the best, going forward with him and his family. So my prayers off to him. Thank you for 18 seasons and everything. But but down here in New Orleans, we got work to do. Glad it is the off season, so we can get everything get everything on track before. Because I know the free agency and the new year league is going to start like around in March somewhere. So, and I think somebody was saying we're like 70 million, like over the cap or something. But I said, I talked about this on Hoodie Jews podcast the other night. Shouts out to Hoodie Jews, by the way, and all the rest of the Saints podcast. I explained to him, and I'm gonna share this with the family members and you, Big Q and Sway, that Mickey Loomis done this before a year ago when we was almost like 100 million, I think, around the salary cap. I think, am I right, Big Q? I think it was around like 100 mil or somewhere in that neighborhood.
Right. Yeah, we was.
Yeah.
What he did?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was asking, what did he do? What did Mickey Loomis do?
He worked. He did his magic.
His magic got him down. Got him down from that 100 million.
Yep. So
we was in good shape. So look,
right.
If Mickey
That's
did
the
it,
question,
if
though.
Mickey Loomis did it
Hold
before,
on, wait, let them
he
finish.
can do it
We got to
again.
jump this. They
it's
filling
all
up
great.
in the cups.
Oh,
But
great.
yeah, go,
Oh, yeah.
brother Jared. Yeah, go ahead and finish your point, my brother. I got several other family members ready to chime in behind you, bro.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine because I just wanted to touch up on some stuff that
Yes, sir.
that what I witnessed and everybody else witnessed. So, I ain't gonna hold you long. I know you got somebody else ready to come on, but and Sway, don't get me started saying I ain't gonna hold you long, baby.
I ain't gonna hold you long now. I ain't gonna hold you long, baby.
I ain't gonna hold you long, baby.
We gotta hear from Reverend Saint for this. We need some words from Reverend Saint, man.
Yeah, man, we need that. We need that word, Rev.
We need
that
some
word, Rev.
This is a staple in Saints history, bro. Reverend Saint we gotta hear what he gotta say, bro.
He is noticeably quiet in this way.
You're right.
I thought about that.
We gotta hear. He'll chime in, I guess, a little later. He'll chime in.
We'll get him on the line later on, bro. Give his thoughts on it.
Yeah. He'll be on the horn later throughout the stream. So I'll be in the chat to listen in.
All right, we about to cut up out here.
But thank you, brother Jerry, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
indeed.
you for chiming in, bro. I'm gonna talk to you on a later podcast, bro. But much love and who that to the OG.
All right, Big Q, Sway, and shouts out to
All
the Who That Nation in the chat, man. I ain't nothing but love over here. Y'all know how much I love y'all, man. Like I say all the time, y'all my MVPs every day. So I'm thankful for y'all.
That's right. Same here, my brother. It's always good to hear from you, man. Much blessing.
All right, OG.
Much
love to the OG. Thank you, brother Jerry. You the man, bro. J-Rock says the Saints salary cap is overrated when it comes down to moving money. Mickey Loomis moves more weight than Tony Montana and Scarface.
Hey.
I can't talk to Sean no more. All right, so much love.
Hey, hold up, Q.
Yeah, go ahead, Sweet.
Q. Oh yeah, Eli Apple tried to start, doing lawns and cutting grass. You know that, right? He had a business, but his business failed. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't keep up. He was always 10 yards behind. Hello?
So this is what it's gonna be the whole show, just straight sniping applesauce ass. Is that what it's gonna be?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go.
Bro. Big ups. Big ups to Bishop One Love. Thank you for your cash out, brother Bishop. Thank you, family. Appreciate you for being here as well. So we're gonna go on to the next family member here. We got several family members on the line. We got Purple Marcus, brother Purple Marcus coming in next. And like I said, fam, please kind of keep it brief. We got a lot of family members chiming in. So welcome to the show, Purple Marcus. How you doing, young brother?
How's it going?
Doing good, bro. Welcome
on. Oh, all right.
Does anybody want to talk about Eli Rotten Apple?
Yeah, we talking about him right now, man. This way got a bevy of jokes that he got for Apple for this trade. But what you think about what's going on, Purple Marcus?
What, Eli Apple?
Apple, whatever's on your mind, my brother.
What happened with Eli? I mean, it was kind of unexpected, but I guess now like Joe Burrow and the offense is doing super good, and he's in the AFC Championship. He thinks he's all that. It's not. They can cut him, and they'll still be fine. He's too much. Right. He's more of a liability. There's really nothing.
Yeah, he's a huge liability. He's a huge liability. You know what I'm saying? He always getting burnt. Yeah. They better put some insurance on that boy.
And he's not that good in coverage. I mean, that Titans play, he didn't. Yeah, against the Tennessee Titans, the last play was a pick. He didn't really do much. It was just him he literally just had him, and then he just I think it was number 15. It just came out of his hands. He Should we call him Butterfingers?
Ah, yeah, I like it.
It just slipped out of his hand, but because that wasn't the best play by Eli Apple. But he's gonna keep on talking trash about the
Exactly.
Giants, about the Giants,
Exactly.
and the Saints, and sooner or later, well, I know I'm gonna be playing that. I'm gonna be playing them next year.
Mm-hmm.
Are we playing the whole NFC North? Yeah, I mean the AFC North. Yeah, so we're playing all of them next year. So we're gonna be able to, like you said earlier, play the Steelers. Also, play the
Right.
Bengals,
And you know,
Ravens.
Eli Apple made those good plays, and so he got his head swole right quick. Like you said, he thought he was big. He thought he was doing something because you know he rarely makes big plays. So you know he tried to take his spotlight while he had it. Oh, but we about to murder him today.
Yeah, like I think. Well, I want the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl and win it. I want them to win this
Mm-hmm.
game. To be honest, I want Tyreek Hill to burn Eli Apple. I want him all the time on him, and Tyreek Hill just start burning him every single play.
Back to back. I know that's right. Burn that apple pie. You heard me? Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Thank you, Mr. Mark. Man, Mark. Yeah, I like your insight, sir.
thank you. And to get back to the Saints talk, I was sad when Sean Payton he said calling it quits, and I was surprised. I know the media was saying some stuff, but I didn't believe it. I was like, okay, they're just
Right.
say that. But when he said it, it was like, okay, this is a lot deeper than that I thought it was. What are you gonna say?
Right. No, let me ask you this, sir. Like, what year were you born, if you don't mind me asking?
2011.
2011. All right. So you remember the Saints from at least like 2013. So you're used to them winning. You've never seen them without Sean Payton.
Yeah, like you've never seen. I've never seen like the Saints going through a whole way and just losing and losing. Yeah, there's been 79, but that's been the worst. 79 has been the worst. And for struggling franchises going up and getting a bunch of superstars, getting a bunch of young guys, that's a good season because hey, you're working it back up. So that's literally one of the best bad seasons a team can have. That just shows how good Sean Payton and the Saints were. Now without him, I don't know. See, you guys seen all that throughout that
Saints
time.
history. Yeah.
Yeah, and even though I've seen just like highlights, I haven't seen what's actually going on in the back office during before Sean Payton era and Drew Brees era.
Right. Well, buckle up, Marcus, sir. You know you might be in for a ride. You know, welcome to the new Saints era. This will be your second Saints era, sir.
Yes, second Saints era. This is
right.
First time where the Saints are gonna be digging, they're gonna be digging down deep and trying to get some gold, from however deep they have to go.
To try to stay a winning organization. That's right. That's right.
This year, to be honest, if Sean Payton's coming back in the next couple of years, he just use time off. What I want to do is I don't want a head coach. So I think it was whenever he went down there was head coach. When he got suspended.
I know who you're talking about. What was that guy's name that took his spot when he got suspended for Bountygate?
Yeah, but I don't remember his name, but to be honest, I don't wonder if Sean Payton's gonna come back in the next couple of years. I don't want a new head coach. I want the same guys there. I'm just gonna run the same system that he's been running. But if this is like a 10-year, 20-year, or he's just done with coaching professionally or with the Saints at all, what I want to see happen is, hey, Dennis Allen or that Bucks guy.
Byron Leftwich.
Yeah, that guy from Tampa Bay. I want him or Dennis Allen. But I think we need to get a stronger like offensive coordinator, or well, a stronger offensive minded group because the same because
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Allen he only scored 9 points. Yeah, it was just his first start
Mm-hmm.
as head coach, or just he's not used to it. But you have to be used to it to win. So I think we're gonna need a strong offensive minded coach, but he's not gonna have to do much when Dennis Allen is the head coach and he's dominating. You know,
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah.
But Q, what do you got to say about this?
Well, I mean, you bringing up some great points, man. Byron Leftwich is the guy that's picking up steam, and in coaching circles, and two teams already decided on head coaches.
Well,
And Saints are doing their due diligence here,
Cool.
making a suggestion, looking at these guys. So a lot of people want fresh blood in the building, man. So I'm not upset about that. I think they should talk to people and be not too slow about the process, but handle the business, find out who you want to go with, talk to who you need to talk to, make the decision, and get it together. And let's get the rest of this stuff done and find out what the direction where we need to go with the team. Because if you
Yeah.
have a new coach there, it'll determine where the coach, if he wants what personnel he wants and what he chooses to use. In terms of the quarterback, in terms of other factors involved as well. But good points on that. Purple Markers, I'm going to move on to the next one, fam. We got a couple of people behind you. But, hey, young brother, I thank you for chiming in. Always good to talk to you, bro. A good young Saints mind, Saints genius. I appreciate you, brother. And who
Thank
that
you.
you have a good one.
One more question. Who got the head coaches for the year? Jay, you were talking about.
The Denver Broncos picked up on Nathan Hackett. He is an offensive coordinator. Used to be the offensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers, and the Chicago Bears picked up the Indianapolis Colts former defensive coordinator Eberflus. So the Bears have
What the hell?
Eberflus is the man's name. He's a pretty good defensive coordinator. So the Bears got a
Yeah,
defensive
name
minded
is
guy
jacked
there,
up.
and Denver has Hackett, who is the offensive coordinator under LaFleur in Green Bay. So he's out there. So that's why the speculation is that Hackett would have tried to reach out to Green Bay to pull Rodgers to Denver because Hackett was the OC there when Rodgers was there this past season.
So I
And the
guess
year before that.
a couple teams are so I gotta say this couple words. I guess teams looking new. They're not looking for older head coaches they used to play. They're looking for guys that should get a start and that have been good at coordinator and coach. So I'm looking forward to seeing the Denver Broncos and the Chicago Bears and coaching. See how it goes.
Yeah, me too. And the parts, like you said, the Saints already have a flow of winning, a culture that's conducive. It just needs to be balanced a bit. We know what we need to do. We'll see if they keep that line or go with something new. That'll be intriguing because it'll answer a lot of questions. We'll find out. But thank you, brother Marcus. Man, you great, man. Appreciate you.
Love, brother.
And we'll talk to you later, my brother. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, no, all the time, brother. Who that?
All love. Who that?
Your young brother
Say,
doing
bro,
good, man.
you know
Yeah,
what?
go ahead,
I
Slim.
love that, man. I love talking to the youth. You know what I'm saying? To get their points of view. My man, was born in 2011, bro. So he has never, witnessed it, and he's very knowledgeable about the Saints, bro. I love it, man.
Right.
I
Yeah,
love that.
Good young smart brother, man. He calls up here, kind of reminded me of my son when he talks about this. So I got, like I said, he's supposed to. I'm gonna have to do a weekend show where the brother
Young
Mark
Tank, young Saint Tank.
my son on there talking to. So we'll see about it.
Yeah.
But appreciate the fam, man, being here. We got lined up next. We got let's see what we got next here. We got State of the Pelicans. We got Brother Cropper. We got Antisocial. We got Big Sean. We got Brother Wallace on the line. So we're going to go with DJ State of the Pelicans. DJ, are you there, my friend?
Yes, I am.
All right. Welcome to the stream, DJ, bro. What do you think about the Coach Payton stepping away and eventual successor?
First off, I want to say shout out to those who
are in the chat. I wanted to call in yesterday. What's going on,
Right.
Sway?
What's going on, big
Much
brother?
love, brother DJ. Good to talk to you, Brian.
I'm doing
Talked to you in
pretty
a
good.
while.
It.
Uh-oh.
Oh
He
shit! Here
about,
it
he about to
comes.
go off. He about to go off. Say it. Say it.
I'm mad that he left. But the
Uh-huh.
16 years he been with us, he's a Hall of Fame coach. Uh, with Sean Payton gone and Drew Brees is
Mm-hmm.
gone. Here's my thing: whoever the coach is,
Right.
that's probably going to determine what we're going to do with quarterback. If it's uh, if it's KC, the offensive coach for KC, we probably going to either go get Russell or draft a mobile quarterback.
Oh, you
That
see
just
Russell Wilson in the future?
yeah. If so, uh, I mean I mean we have,
That would be interesting.
but here's the thing though. He, I, I mean you gotta look at age as well. I want to start off new. Go with like I want to say Jim Harbaugh, but I want something new. It's time for a new culture. It's time for a new scheme on that offense.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, look at what the Pelicans doing. They went through damn near 3 to 4 coaches within the past 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Now we get Willie Green, and he's
Right.
trying to make it work without Zion, without Bi when he's hurt, without Jonas. I mean, we damn near lost to the 76ers without our starting five, and that's without
Yeah.
Zion Williamson. So, my thing is this:
Who that? Fly Trey.
start off with a new coach. Start off with a new coach. That way, if you start with a college coach, that way you can like get him going. I mean, New Orleans is a culture
Start
for
off
football.
fresh.
Yeah, start fresh, pretty much.
Now, hold on. Let me ask you this. Do you
What's
think
up?
with Sean being gone, you want to get rid of everybody, his whole facility, his whole staff? That means the people, the scouters, all of those people. You want to just clean the slate.
With that, I mean, because we still have a defense, but
Okay.
9 out of 10, half of that defense is gonna be gone. Your oldest player on that defense is Malcolm Jenkins.
Okay.
The Marcus Davenport, he stay hurt. I mean, you got some flaws on the defense, offense as well. I mean, we after a year and a half,
Definitely.
Michael Thomas is hopefully gonna return. We all know what they're gonna do with Devontae Harris, Jawan Johnson. I like Jawan Johnson. They got some flaws on that offense too.
Right.
But here's my thing is, whoever the coach is, whether it be now, don't get me wrong, I don't see the type of big coach in New Orleans because
Okay.
we didn't play y'all 1,000 times,
Uh-huh.
and we beat y'all 4 times in a row. So
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah, so that I'm canceling that one out.
Uh-huh.
Who else? The KC coach. Like I said, if we go with the KC coach, I know we can't do nothing because KC's still in the run for the Super Bowl. But if we get KC,
Uh-huh.
I believe that we are going to either draft a mobile quarterback or find one in free
Right.
agency.
So you saying, so if Eric Bieniemy comes here, and let's say like you said, we get a new mobile quarterback, or we pick up Russell Wilson, and then we already have Deontay Harris, who is similar to Tyreek Hill, could he
Correct.
possibly mirror the KC offense squad?
I believe so. I believe so. Now,
Okay,
okay,
interesting.
so how would that look? If you got Michael Thomas as your one, Marquez Kelly as your two, if we draft a wide receiver, and, he'll go on to Devontae Harris. But I mean, like, who you gonna stop? And then you got Juwan Johnson at tight end. Come on now. And then you got Alvin Kamara in the back. Who you gonna like? Who gonna stop that offense?
Yeah, that'll be a pretty solid. Who you have at quarterback?
That's the thing, though. I mean, especially if you got Russell Wilson back there, that you gotta play cover 4 or something like it. Like, who you gonna cover?
And do you
I mean,
think the Taysom Hill era is gone? You think it's over for Taysom? Throwing him in the offense?
I believe because if he wouldn't have got hurt, that man was throwing bombs on that last game. I give it to Taysom. I'll give it to Taysom. But I mean, Trevor Siemian, it took him long enough to fucking do something and put up points and walk away with a W. But I mean, he was doing his thing too. The pass with Traquan Smith. I think he had.
He'll never be a starter.
So I think he's gone. Your quarterbacks should be could be Taysom Hill, whatever quarterback that we decide to get, and Book. Now, here's my thing with Ann Book. I'm not counting here's my thing.
Gotcha.
That the Miami game, I'm not counting that. You had 22 people out. The man didn't have nothing. I mean, you can count that as a stat, but I'm not counting that. The man didn't have nothing. That's like me going to play with the Pelicans. Like, they don't know nothing I can do. But I'll tell you one thing though. I'm better Solomon Hill or Tim Frazier or
that boy cool.
Something like that. Like, so
right.
It depends. That quarterback situation, I better believe whoever we go get as a coach,
right,
that's gonna determine the quarterback situation.
Right.
All right.
And the
All
crazy
right.
part is, it's like, I don't know what they're gonna do with Peyton's staff, or they're gonna come in and put in their own staff, that they're comfortable with. Because I really adore the scout team. Whoever the scout team is, man, I hope we keep that group. Because I love how we draft and I love how we look for new talent. So I just wonder if we're gonna keep those guys in place.
Now, I do have a question for y'all. Who actually calls the picks on draft day? Is it the head coach or is it the
general manager?
Head coach.
So the general manager.
Well, the way it decided in the Sean Payton former regime is Coach Payton decides which players he wants, and he is the one that makes the call on draft day. The general manager he kind of backs out of the way, and I mean he's remote controlled by Payton now.
Right.
It just seems like to me, if you think about how the Saints do business, if it ain't broke, don't fix it mentality, So that's why people seeing Dennis Allen as a forerunner. You got he knows he's Peyton's second best disciple besides Drew Brees. Drew's not interested in doing anything hard. He wants to talk the game on television, which is fine. Coach Payton is doing the same damn thing. He gonna go talk about the game and whatever.
Right.
Pete Carmichael is a guy that knows his system. He's here. Him and Dennis Allen gets along. Dennis Allen ran a good defense. Pete Carmichael knows Coach Payton's offense. You just have to fix the things that you need to fix. Still have Mickey Loomis there. Like I said, I don't know if I can look at the Saints brass and says that right there, that is a organization that's about bringing in fresh blood. Fresh blood for what? They've been winning. over the last several years, and we were 9-8 this year.
So they'll start in-house.
That's what I'm thinking, in-house. But we'll see how it all goes and how it plays out. But I do really like for you to be looking for a coach now. This is not a bad cycle to go coach hiring, to be quite honest with you. They got
it's a perfect time
out there. A lot of great candidates out there that if you, depending on what you're looking for, if you want a defensive minded guy or an offensive minded guy, they got some really good coaches out there right now who, if you really, depending on what your philosophy is and your vision, what the vision is for the team moving forward, that we can really get a good one right here. So it ain't a lack of, hey, we ain't got nobody here. It's just a bunch of bums. No, they got a lot of really good coaches for this hiring. Depends on how forward thinking the Saints are, what kind of vision the team has to progress the organization into the future. So, that's what it comes down to. But DJ, I appreciate you chiming in, my friend. Thank you for your commentary and your thoughts on the team. Who that to you, and go Pels.
Who that, baby?
Who that?
All right, that's
There you
DJ,
go.
man. Appreciate brother DJ there. And for the interest of time, fam, we're gonna cut the show at 8:30. So we got several family members that's on the line. We about to roll this thing. Rich Rules, thank you, bro. I'm sorry you had to wait for that, but Rich Rules, thank you for your super chat, fam. He says, with all this legal betting, they couldn't have the Payton not following the script. I think they made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
I believe that.
We talked about it, man. It's like the competition committee thing. They talk about wins and losses. Yes, losses are hard on the coach. Wins are good. The money is great. I mean, wins and losses, he's still getting broke off.
It comes with stress.
But listen, let me tell you something. That's what comes with the territory. If it was an easy job, then anybody could do it. But the thing is, like with Coach Payton, he was up there, man, in a high elite realm in terms of his peers in the NFL. To go on and have that tenure for 15, 16 years, very few coaches. He was up there with guys like Belichick and all that in terms of the longevity of him being elite. But man, listen, the business of football will kick your ass and break you down faster than wins and losses will, because it's a bureaucracy before you even get to the football. And I've often talked about this on this show ad nauseum about the things around the game and the manipulation. Like he sees it. Now, some of them coaches, they don't see it, man. You got to be, you got to take them blinders off.
He's experienced it.
Man, he's seen it. He was on that competition committee. He got off of that nastily, and the comment asked him why. He said he didn't want to get fined and stuff like that. But he constantly
exposed them boys.
Constantly arguing with the referees about stuff, all that kind of stuff. And like I said, the referees come down here and they give preferential treatment to the Saints opponents. The majority of these games. And I pointed out games like the Titans game that happened when there was really peculiar things going on that usually don't go on in buildings. How the ball going to the left and ain't no win in the stadium. And it both the guy lines it up, and I kicked in high school, man. When you line it up, the physics puts it there. Was no win there. So whatever they can believe, that is what it is. But outside of just that, the referee sitting up there made the call. It was the hit on Tannehill, which was roughing the passer. The referee took his eyes off of Tannehill, didn't throw the flag when he seen Tannehill get hit.
We got the interception.
He waited till Marcus Williams picked the ball off in the end zone to pull the flag out. That is obvious corruption and manipulation, because if it was roughing the passer, you would have pulled the flag out when you seen it happen. You did not do that. You waited for the play to develop before you pulled the flag. That was corruption. And then the people like Fox and that was recording the games are part of it too, because but there was a piece that a video where you seen this happen from behind the referee, watching him look, then turning his eyes,
they stopped playing,
watching Marcus Williams. They cut it off right at that point when he was turning to watch, and then they faded to the interception from the back end where you couldn't see the referee. See, that's games you playing. But for people that got their eyes open, that's close to the game, that watch the game, you can't pull that shit over them, man. You can't pull that wool over their eyes. There's certain people in the world, you can scam them all the time. Most people, before you give like individuals out there that's claiming that they're doing something, money, make sure they credible. See if they doing what they, stuff like if they doing what they supposed to do. And like if you look at like with the NFL, man, the NFL, man, is all they care about is money. The referees are totally manipulated. They don't make all of those calls that they're supposed to be making. When they looking at reviews, they talking to somebody and the people telling them
they're going to New York.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to. Just a few years ago, they said, no, that's not true, that the referees make the call on the field. Now, 2 years later, when people say, nah, because you can see them talking, telling them what calls to make, it's totally manipulated. That's why I'm saying I don't want to give them referees no full-time jobs. The hell with them, because they out there operating a fraud and purposefully doing it for a bastard like that. You don't deserve nothing but a kick in your ass, because you out here perpetrating a fraud against people that's thinking it's all about football between the talents of the team, but it's really not. It's about which teams they can get together to make the most money. The Saints are not a part of the narrative insofar as the referees attacking them.
Maybe now.
Well, I mean, now how?
Because I think when the NFL hated on us, it wasn't on the Saints, it was on Sean Payton. I think they disliked Sean Payton. Because remember, when the time the Saints was about to go we had an awesome team about to play the Super Bowl. It was in New Orleans. That's when after the Super Bowl is when the hating started. Maybe they weren't supposed to win the Super Bowl. I don't know what it was.
The word I remember hearing that the Saints wasn't supposed to win the Super Bowl. That's what it was. They wasn't
right, and ever since then, it's been on. Right, anyway, it's been on ever since then.
All right, so listen, that's my spiel about it. That's why I hate the referees. They're not real referees, fam. Let's get that straight.
Yeah, I like your spills.
They're WWE referees. That's what they are. The referee, that's the dumbass comedy referee that you see in the WWE for my wrestling people that get punched down. The guy about to punch the guy he wrestling, he ducks and punches the referee. The referee goes down on the mat and he knocked out for a little bit on the floor. And then while that's happening, the guy that knocked the referee out is out there knocking the other guy he fighting around and rubbing it, throwing his head, doing all of the illegal moves while the dumbass referee on the mat, slamming the guy's head into the ring ropes, rubbing his face against the ring ropes and stuff like that, kicking them and all that, going down in underneath the mat and pulling out the bell and hitting them up top the head, and then when he pin him.
And then when he pin him, the referee wake up.
He pin him.
The referee.
Right on the nick of time. He go 1, 2, 3. He go, yeah, I won.
Yeah, that's Bill. That is Bill.
He's up to the NFL guy. Anyway, man, let me bring all the brothers in. Brother Derek Cropper, Big Sean, Brother Wallace, and Antisocial. We're going to give y'all guys the floor. Welcome on in, fam, to the show, to the stream. Welcome on in.
Welcome.
We're going to start with Brother Cropper first. Brother Cropper, with you first, then we're going to go to Brother Big Sean, Brother Wallace, and Antisocial. Welcome to the stream, fellas.
What's going on?
What's happening? Good, bro. Good.
Well, who that?
All right. Well, all right. Well, I'll just pick it off. Who I think should be the next coach. Well, a few options. Obviously, we're interviewing Brian Leftwich. I mean, with the job he did with Tom Brady, and obviously, winning the Super Bowl, that name kind of, I wouldn't be mad at that. I do like the Eric Bieniemy still. Just again, like what I said yesterday, with the job he did with Patrick Mahomes and them potentially going for another Super Bowl, I think that would be another good candidate. But I think the name people are not talking about is I know Brian Flores, but obviously to me Jim Harbaugh. And Jim Harbaugh is kind of intriguing to me because of how he left the 49ers. Like, he was literally, to me, one play away from winning the Super Bowl. So, I mean, and then he's been itching to get back in the pro league anyway. So I think that would be another name. So I'm gonna let the rest of the family members chime in on that.
I agree. I'm starting to like Harbaugh more and more because the other two had professional. They had top-notch quarterbacks. They had Mahomes. They had Brady. And Harbaugh did it.
He
with
was a
Kaepernick.
blackout from winning the Super Bowl. Because you remember they had that blackout. I think they were playing the Ravens.
That's right. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
they did.
But they had the blackout. Then after that, they went on that run. But I say they was one play away because you gotta remember that was the year they had Randy Moss. And literally, when you look at the play, like one of the last plays, Randy Moss calling for the ball, he's unguarded, and Colin Kaepernick just whips it and throws somewhere else. I said, dude, the man wide open. And I think to be honest, he robbed Randy Moss out of the Super Bowl. That's just me because I've seen it. The man was wide open, unguarded.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that would be it. But the Brian
Yeah, so you
Flores,
got pretty much Brian Flores.
yeah, the Brian Flores thing is another intriguing one because he got a bad deal in Miami, man. I mean, and to be honest, it was almost like basically what they did to him. The front office, they chose the quarterback over the head coach, and that was a very bad thing to do, because I guess they didn't like how, the decision he was going to make with the Tua Tagovailoa situation, and that was just crazy. I mean, that don't make any sense,
They fired the wrong person. They should have fired the
That's
general
right.
manager instead of Flores.
That's right. They got rid of the wrong man, and I think, to be honest, they're gonna pay for that in the long run,
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to address the Sean Payton to Dallas thing, because I know yesterday we talked about it, and I know they had some people talking about it today. I think Sean Payton, what he's going to do, I think he's probably looking for a 1-year deal in television, whether either he's going to want to do the Sunday Night Football with Drew Brees,
Yeah,
or
I agree.
he might want to go to CBS and be with Tony Romo. I think he's just looking for a little 1-year deal, something to just kind of chill for a year. Then if he does wind up going to Dallas, I think
He going to Dallas. That's gonna be my take.
Right, because the thing about it is, I think what Jerry Jones is going to do for this year, he's going to give Mike McCarthy 1 more year. If Mike McCarthy doesn't get it right this year, he's going to fire him. Then he's going to go after Sean Hart. He's gonna probably give Sean an offer that he can't.
Well, that's in place already, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah. And then, but the thing about it is, I would be upset, but at the end of the day, that would be the 2023 season. But he will still be under be under contract with New Orleans. So that means Dallas will have to compensate us well. And so that means
I want us to gut them like a fish.
Yeah, that's right. First round picks, maybe a few players. You gonna pay, So
well, somebody made the comment yesterday, and it made a good point. They said, "Do you think Sean Payton can deal with the interference from Jerry Jones?"
No, I don't think he can. But I think either something gonna have to shake, because you remember the last kind of guys that Jerry won with, or that was a no nonsense type of coach, was Jimmy Johnson or Bill Parcells, right? They were the guys that was telling Jerry, "Hey Jerry, you focus on the business side, but stay the hell off the field. I got this." And what that did was that attacked the Jerry Jones ego. Like, how the hell you like? He probably took it like, how the hell you gonna tell me what to do? I own the team, I do. And it was that ego thing with him. Like, no, you're not gonna tell me what you gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, and that's why you see the Cowboys haven't won the Super Bowl since the 90s. So I mean, that's gonna be the biggest question. And I think one of my last takes is gonna be with the draft. I think we should go after a wide receiver. I think, I know they've been a lot of noise about these Ohio State guys, the Garrett Wilsons, the Chris Olaves. But I think one name people aren't talking about is that guy from Arkansas. And I really like him. Traylon Burks, the 6'2", 6'3", 200 plus wide receiver. I think that's a name right there that's very intriguing. That man, I've seen that brother. That man is awesome. And I think he would match well with us, man. That man is just he is a baller. I'm talking about go get it. And they don't even got him the first off the board. I think they got like Garrett Wilson or Chris Olave, one of them Ohio State guys first off the board, but he like going. They got him sliding, and he like a sleeper.
Right.
And I'm like, man, that dude's a beast, man. He's a beast.
Like he might slide into the second round, maybe.
Yeah, but he was a
Yeah.
potential first round pick. But he getting slept.
Gotcha.
He getting slept on, man. I'm telling you, that man got a build almost like DK Metcalf type of build. You know, put a little more muscle on him, and you ain't gonna want to see him. You feel me?
So you think the Saints' first pick should be a wide receiver?
Yeah, I do think we need to go there, and especially if we get a guy like a Brian Flores or Eric Bieniemy who could recruit a Russell Wilson. You know, could say, well, hey, Russell, we already got a Michael Thomas. You got a Devontae Harris. You got an Alvin Kamara, right? You got an offensive line that could protect you, and we can go after and get another guy. And I think another thing, we might see the Saints go after probably Jimmy Graham type of guy. You know, like because they use Travis Kelce in Kansas City, right? So we might see a tight end come through there again. So I mean, I just think it's going to be exciting. We need a nice offensive minded guy that's going to come in and that's going to just shake it up a little bit. Add a little more flavor to what we got already. And
both of those guys that they're looking at, also Leftwich had a star tight end, so they both fall with the tight end. So yeah, you're right. I agree, man. It's gonna be a whole new structure if any of those guys come in.
Hey, Big Brother Q, I had a question to ask you, bro.
Yeah, go ahead, Andy. Social, bro.
I remember you having a conversation on Michael Thomas. I just want to get your thoughts. How much you think that the Michael Thomas situation played a part in Sean Payton leaving? Talk to me now. Because we never seen a player. We never seen no player.
Never thought
about this. In the Saints history with Sean Payton being there, embarrass that franchise in front of the media like Michael Thomas did. And I feel like this. I feel like Sean Payton went to Mickey Loomis and told him like, "Hey, I want him gone. I want to trade him." And I think they vetoed him.
Oh,
what? You think
they chose Michael Thomas?
I think Mickey Loomis had told. I think he went to Sean Payton. Sean Payton wanted to trade Michael Thomas, and I think I'm just because all this came out of left field with him leaving. So I'm like, what could have just got him to the point you like, you know what, I'm done. And I really feel like that Michael Thomas situation, bro. When I think Sean Payton is a no nonsense type of guy. We all know this. He come from Bill Parcells' tree. I feel like when Michael Thomas did what he was supposed to do, when he did what he did, you were supposed to have ankle injury surgery, dog, before the end of the season, right? All right, you didn't do that. All right, you did. They said you basically went dark. You didn't talk to the team or none of that. All right, you come back. Now all of a sudden, you out 8 games, 9 games, the first game of the season. Then all of a sudden, Jameis get hurt. Now you out for the rest of the season. They talking about you re-aggravated your ankle. So I think Sean Payton went to Mickey Loomis, hey, I want him gone. And I think they told Michael Thomas over Sean Payton. Now I could be wrong.
I mean, it's an interesting thought process, but let me just approach it like this. To say I want him gone, the Saints would have to take a severe hit in the cap. You can't. I mean, it don't make any sense to trade a hurt player. So that's why I said the Saints. It didn't make sense to me to trade him because you're not going to get much from him because he's hurt.
But that's still Michael Thomas though at the end of the day.
I get you, but still in all, you're not going to get very much for a hurt player. I hear what you're saying on that, but the injury that he has is that's a tough injury that he has to overcome. Now, good thing for him, he's not known to be a speedster because according to what some of the medicals I was reading on his type of injury is that, it does impact his speed to a degree. But anyway, outside of the cap situation, the ramifications from the cap, the trade, him and the injury situation, you throw the caveat in about what Keyshawn Johnson said about what happened, what was Mike Thomas told him. Remember, we only heard up to that point the Saints side of it, and you had cryptic tweets that were coming from Mike Thomas, who was saying they were trying to smear his name. Now, he didn't go into it and go 100 and just start giving you the game. But he did talk to Keyshawn Johnson, and that came out later on that the Saints, Keyshawn said that his nephew told him that the Saints were instructing him to do these things. So why would the Saints then turn around and burn him? That's between them, and we might not ever know who was right on it, but that's the two sides. Keyshawn said the Saints was telling me to do this, and the Saints was saying that it's all on Keyshawn. For whatever reason, that's how they were both pointing at each other. But they made amends before Keyshawn came out and was about to give his 2 cents. I know that for certain. The Saints went to Keyshawn and they made it, to Michael Thomas, and they made it right. Now, in terms of, in my opinion, the strife that came along with Coach Payton leaving the team, remember what Jay Glazer said, because a lot of this information coming out now is really intriguing. Glazer was the one that was supposed to break the Payton is stepping down story. He was supposed to, the Fox reporter Jay Glazer was supposed to break the story. I played the interview to start the show. He also said Payton told him 3 months ago, which was placed us in November, that he was going to step down in November during the season. Now, the biggest common factor to this whole situation, if we want to talk about players, in my perspective, it's not so much Mike Thomas, it's Drew Brees. Why? Because Drew Brees, that's why I started. I talked about this yesterday, and I asked the family members if Drew Brees was still the Saints quarterback last year and in this year, would Coach Payton still be here? And the answer would be yes, because he absorbed a lot of the headache that Coach Payton had basically one quarterback for his entire career, and that was Drew Brees. That rarely happens unless you like Belichick with Brady. He got Jones.
I was about to say Belichick and Brady.
But that's such a rare situation that doesn't often occur. But man, Drew Brees was a big one. You get Drew retires last year. Coach Payton follows up this year. He was talking about retiring in November, according to Jay Glazer saying, and that's right in the crutch of the season. So, like I said, Drew meant so much to him, and Coach Payton just wasn't. When he got that flux with that quarterback situation and all that, the C-19, he just like, you know what? But then again, you go back to November, what was going on in November? What was happening in November? He told Glazer that he was going to step down. He was telling them about step. He was having that kind of conversation during the season and the crutch of the season. That
them the type of conversation you don't have during the season, bro.
Right? But that's
especially if you a head coach.
But he know better than that, is what I'm saying. He knows, and the thing is, also I made this point about Coach Payton. I opened up the show and I said, family, listen, this is just how my mind worked. I said, if Coach Payton, who's the architect of the New Orleans Saints, if look down the line and says the Saints are 2 years off from a championship run, that man would have not went a goddamn place. I asked the great Saint think tank. I said, if the coach thought the team was 2 years off from a championship run and he only have couple of years left on his contract, would he then step down this year knowing that? And they unanimously said, no, he would not have stepped down. They would have not have stepped down. So that gave me even more insight on what he thinks this team is today.
So you think he don't believe in Jameis?
No, I'm saying that he don't see this as a championship team in my estimation.
Right.
For him,
wow.
Because if he did see it, and if you 2 years off, because that's the length of his agreement.
Yeah, because you don't run off on your players, man.
If you feel listen, coach could do whatever he want to do, but I'm just saying the information that's coming out now, people can say, yeah, there's such and such. But I'm telling you, family, if Coach Payton, he can do whatever he want, but we know that Coach Payton is a professional dude. He knows that he would talk against players that's talking like that in his system, in his building, when they're supposed to be focused on winning a game every week. He was having discussions with a reporter from Fox, Jay Glazer, about stepping down in November, according to Glazer, who was supposed to break the scoop. And the reason why he didn't break it is because he said flip-flopping. Coach Payton kept flip-flopping on him, and he didn't want to break it out. But he was supposed to break the scoop, Glazer. And he told him that he was stepping down in November.
I never heard that story, dog. Like, oh, I gotta go do my research.
Bro, I played it.
Never heard that.
I started the show off playing Jay Glazer. The interview was from the Rich Eisen show.
And he said he was talking about this in November.
He told Jay Glazer that he was thinking about stepping down. Glazer said it out of his own mouth. I played it
in preseason. In preseason. When preseason started.
He said 3 months ago from the day the interview just happened, not to the other day. So 3 months from that interview would put it in November. That's why I played the interview. I was like, family, you heard what that was? But
so that means that Sean Payton probably been checked out then, dog.
That's what I'm. That's
yeah. He was been out of here.
You don't want to put that on Sean Payton, dog. Oh my God, yo,
bro, that's a.
Can I say one thing right quick, fellas?
That ain't gonna right on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's what Glaze said. But yeah, brother Wallace, you got the floor, my friend.
What's up, Big Q, Big Suede, and the panel? How y'all doing, my brother? What's that?
Who that to you, man?
This was a shocking thing, man. You know, because we love Coach Payton, bro. We didn't want him to leave. You know, we got mad with him. Get rid of him. You know, we wasn't really meaning that shit. We just Saints fans, you know. But this shit hurt it, dog. But you know what, bro? After listening to y'all Q and everything, bro, you know, and listening to these little talk shows and finding out, putting shit together, his heart wasn't in it no more with the Saints, bro. And you gotta respect that. You know, it was time for him to move on. You know he gonna coach somewhere else next year. It might be this year. Oh, he might come back next year. With the Saints. You know, we don't know. We didn't know he was leaving. We don't know what they're gonna do, bro. He can do whatever he wants. Like you say, he the coach. His mind can change, come back with the Saints. He might get jealousy. We doing good if we keep his system. Keep what the dude Dennis Adams. Let him be the head coach. Let your boy Chris Rashad take over the defense. Pete Carmichael do the offensive plays and shit. I think we'll be all right. We fix that offensive line up. You know, I still got faith in James Smith, bro. I believe the dude don't want to go nowhere. And I know about Sean leaving. I know that hurt.
Nobody want him.
No, but listen, we want him. That's who want him.
Yeah.
Look, listen at the team want it. We want it. You see what I'm saying? Get our offensive line fixed. Get another running back to help Alvin Kamara. Get a little wide receiver like you were saying. And let's do this shit, bro. Because, hey, you know we ain't going nowhere, bro.
Hey, Big Q, ain't we losing Tyron Armstead?
More than likely you will.
Yo, bro, let him go, man. We got all of these big youngsters coming out here now, man.
That's still one of the best left tackles in the league.
Yeah, guess what? But he stayed hurt. He stayed hurt. Oh, he ain't no good. He ain't no good if he on the line, right?
Yeah, they
can't.
How
big he is and good he is.
They can't afford
it. But look, let me
me
say this and I'm about to go. Sean Payton ran out on his team. I don't care what none of y'all say. He ran out on his team, bro.
That's a strong take, dog, talking about Sean Payton, man.
Dude, listen at me, baby. Let me talk. Let me talk, bro. Hold up, listen, bro.
Let him speak.
Let me talk, man.
What the man got to say. Go ahead, brother Wallace.
Damn, my phone about to die now. Shit. But listen. Thank you, bro. I done forgot what I was. I'm all mad behind this shit, bro. But listen. Oh, damn. I sound like that white boy last night now. Shit. Damn, bro. I'm getting old, bro. I'm 54 years old, man.
Struggle is
Hold
real.
on, what I was about to say?
Yeah, Sean Payton quit on the team, bro.
Sean Payton quit on the team. God damn. This shit gone out of my mouth. That's that Eli rotten ass apple was grown on a rotten ass tree.
Put the gas down, man.
Dang. Oh shit, man. Now I gotta shut up and listen. Let me put this phone on the charger. Go ahead, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna cut in. Go ahead, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
Sean, did
go
you get
ahead.
out? Just a second, brother Derek. Let me say this. Ant-Man says, thank you for your super chat, Ant-Man. He says, what's interesting is Diana Rossini from ESPN said Payton is looking for an influential owner that has clout who would push back on the NFL reps. Is that a tweet Is that a tweet, brother Ant? Man, thank you for that, man. I'm
Oh
have to look that up.
shit!
Yeah, I
Sound like
know,
some
right?
shade. That's what it sounds like. Some shade being.
I'm gonna have to look that up, man. So, but yeah, thank you for your super chat.
Yeah,
And
you
let me
know
know if
Sean Payton.
is that a tweet. But Big Sean, did you get opportunity to speak? I got Mookie after you.
Nah, I didn't get opportunity.
Go ahead, bro.
As far as Sean Payton, let me get the riffraff out the way for real. He going to the Cowboys in 2023. It's already in place. Well, why I say that? Because some people thought he was going to Chicago. They got a coach. Some people say the Broncos. They got a coach now. I don't know who their coaches is, but like
Chicago has the
No,
Indianapolis.
I'm saying who said Sean Payton was going to Chicago or Denver?
Like there are a couple of people that was insinuating and saying it. But yeah, he going in 2023 to Dallas, man. I'm telling you, because they keeping Mike McCarthy, and all of a sudden, what's his name, the defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, all of a sudden he decided to stay as defensive coordinator because he had a lot of prospects. And he said his reason was because he believed he wants to win the Super Bowl, and what Mike McCarthy, they ain't finna win no Super Bowl. So they keeping Mike McCarthy for one more year, and Jerry Jones gonna push the issue of it's gonna be Super Bowl or bust. And we all know, any smart football fan know that they ain't finna win no Super Bowl next year either, because they're gonna be worse than it was this year. They was good this year because they had a third place schedule. Next year they're gonna have a first place schedule. They're gonna fall back a little bit. So that's gonna give him grounds to really fire Mike McCarthy, and that's when Sean Payton gonna step in. Now I'm done with that. Now, as far as for us in the future, more important stuff and more important people, my take is, like, what I want to happen is the coach. My top two picks is Eric Bieniemy, but my number one, that's number two. My number one is Brian Flores, because I believe he gonna attract a couple of quarterbacks. But Russell Wilson, but most importantly, Deshaun Watson, because Deshaun Watson been wanting to play under him. And so that, like, say we end up hiring Flores, that might kill two birds with one stone. We're looking for a quarterback, we're looking for a coach, and bam, there it is. But realistically, I think we just gonna promote Dennis Allen, the head coach, and maybe keep Chris Richard and promote him to DC if he don't find another job. That's all my take. That's what I got about everything.
All right, thank you, appreciate you, that Big Sean. Mookie, you on the line, bro?
Yeah, what's up? You hear me?
What's happening, brother? Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead, give your take, my brother. I'm kind of short on time. I'm gonna get your take in that, bro.
All right, man. Look, it was a shocker hearing Sean Payton leaving the New Orleans Saints, man. Him stepping down, him retiring. I think as soon as he came in the New Orleans Saints organization, man, he really changed the culture of the Saints, man. He made this team turn into a winning franchise, man. Him alongside with Drew Brees, man. It was a shocker, man. But I think that one of the reasons why he stepped down is that he see how over the cap we are, and he see that that this franchise is really turning downhill. You hear me? Because of the guys that we can't attract in the free agency, man. And then he looking at how bad Taysom Hill is, and he looking at how bad the quarterback position is. And you need a great quarterback to win in this league, man. He looking at how over the salary cap we is, and also we have to cut a lot of players. I think we $74 million over the cap. Was probably one of the reasons why he decided to step down, man. Because he know that it's gonna require a lot of players getting cut, and then it's gonna be very, very hard for us to get a type of player like that, what I'm saying, especially at that quarterback position. It's a complete shocker, man. It's a complete shocker because I know Sean Payton enjoys coaching this Saints franchise, man, and this Saints team, and and it's just like, man, it's crazy. It's really really crazy. But I'm looking at Dennis Allen. I think Dennis Allen, he knows the culture over there with Sean Payton and New Orleans Saints. I think that would be a great replacement for his position at the head coaching position. And and go look at a defensive coordinator, man. So at the end of the day, man, this is a complete shocker, man. Sean Payton's an unbelievable coach, man. A Hall of Fame coach at that, man. Nobody has the offensive mind that he has, man. And it's just sad, bro. It's just sad, man. But at the end of the day, we gotta move on, bro. We can't dwell on this shit, man. We gotta move on as a team and as a franchise, man. And listen, we be all right, bro. Be all right. It's what it is, man.
We all right, nigga. What?
Mookie, appreciate your commentary on that, bro. Okay, let's.
Anti, what you mean?
But the right is next up, brother. The right, are you there, bro?
Yes, sir. What's happening, fellas?
All right, you got the floor, my friend. I'm sorry to rush you, but we got.
Oh no, don't worry, Q.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Q.
Oh no, anytime, man. It's social, bro. But that brother, the right, do your thing, bro.
Look, man. Everybody feels the same way that the Sean Payton thing was a shock. However, I look at it like this, Q. You already know me, man. I look at the glass half full, and I do believe in everything that takes place. Sean Payton brought a culture, and the culture that he brought was basically paying attention to detail, and that's not hard to do for some coaches, because if you notice that the younger coaches that are out there, they pay close attention to detail, because in order to be Sean Payton, you got to be close attention to detail, because trust me, he's already designed an offense that can beat your defense. So I'm saying this, as far as how do I feel about tomorrow, man, look, give these young guys a chance, because believe it or not, dude, we're in a good position. It's not like that, we're in a bad situation and we're going to go back to the days of when we had the Jim Haslett and the days of, the coaches back then. No, those days are gone. And you don't look back. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. I mean, from what I understand, a setback, it ain't nothing but a setup for a hell of a comeback. So when you look at that like that, don't look at it as, you know what, man, we're going to go back to that. No, because the culture that we have here, the Who Dat Nation that we have and what has been built, bro, let these young boys come in and do what they do. Because I'm going to be honest. That OC from Kansas City, if you look at Kansas City or you watch Buffalo game, bro, that was incredible. I've never seen nothing like that.
Man, yeah, boy.
Bro, I've never seen nothing like that, where you got two offensive juggernauts going head to head. And so the only thing I'm saying is, look, man, we all know everything has its time, and everything has its time where it gets old. And, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. Some of those plays that Sean Payton called, it was a head scratcher. Like, why are you doing that when you got Kamara in the backfield and you throwing on 3rd and 1? So I know we all have had that moment.
He said something.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Q, I'm going to just say, look, man, here we go. I'm excited, Q. I'm excited because guess what? Now we get to see what these boys are about. And if Pete Carmichael do get the job, Pete, don't coach like Sean. Do your thing, man. Call your play.
And we could actually get draft picks us fans actually want.
Out of LSU and out of Alabama. Yeah, bro. I feel that.
Yep. All right. Thank you, brother DeWright, on that. All right. Let me hurry up and get this. Let me extend out a few more minutes, about 10 more minutes. I'm going to get the rest of the family members in there. We're going to start with Brother Randolph. Brother Randolph, sorry to rush you. We on the back end of the
no
show.
problem, man.
But feel free. The floor is yours,
man.
my brother.
Yeah, you're right. First of all, man, just I want to thank Sean Payton, man, for what he did for us, man. When he came, man, we weren't only a bad franchise, man. We were one of the worst, if not the worst franchise in sports, man. He helped build that culture. With that being said, everything does come to the end, like the brother earlier said. So now we got to move forward with what we got. We are in much better position today than we were when he came. From the top of the organization to the general manager on through. The coaches we have now, we have a very good coaching staff. I don't know who's going to be the head coach, man. But whoever it is, whoever comes and puts that black and gold on and represents us, that's who we rolling with, man. I listen to these national media people talking about, well, he left because the Saints ain't cap held over $70 million. Hey, asshole. Last year we had like $150 million in salary cap, so that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, man, look, man, we gonna move forward as a team, the organization. We thank him for everything he did, and if in the future he goes and coaches somewhere else, and he comes to the dome, we go whoop that ass, and that's that, man. But I appreciate the time, man.
All right, appreciate you, that brother Randolph. All right, Tyrese, welcome on. Then we got Tyrese and their brother 985 Live. Tyrese, floor is yours. Sorry to rush you, bro. We on a few minutes left, but go ahead. The floor is yours, bro.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I just say that, I think a lot of people over glorify Sean Payton. He did bring in a culture or whatnot. Yeah, wait, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Sound like somebody in the toilet bowl.
Could somebody mute yourself, whoever's cooking? All right, go ahead, Tyrese. It's floor is yours, bro.
Okay, yeah. Like I was saying, is that I feel like people over glorify Sean Payton. Of course, he brought in a winning culture. I wasn't alive for the dark days. So I was born in a season where we expect a lot of wins and whatnot. And I tell people, Sean Payton and Mike McCarthy are pretty much the same coach, in my opinion. Mike McCarthy, the difference is he has more championship appearances, besides chokes and whatnot. But I'm excited, on the offense, in my opinion, has always been an offensive juggernaut, but the defense has always been reeling. Depending on whatever coach we got, hopefully we get someone that has that can draft more defensive units for the future. I think that the offense will be fine. I'm not sure what's going to happen with quarterback. A new coach may get rid of Taysom Hill, be like, we ain't doing that anymore. Or Jameis Winston may go. A lot of teams need quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Steelers need a quarterback. The Colts need a QB. The Dolphins do. Giants do. A lot of teams do. And I hear the guy saying that Sean Payton quit. I kind of think he quit too. You leaving after all these years. I mean, what the 7 and 9 seasons weren't that bad for you. I kind of find it weird that he left all of a sudden, especially if his mind was made in November. Of all months. So it'd be very interesting to see. Eric Bieniemy or whoever. I like how they coach, especially the Chiefs offensive coordinator. He's really, really good. But we definitely need defensive pieces to carry us abroad because we still got our offensive weapons. But that's all I got to say regarding that.
All right. Thank you, brother Tyrese. Appreciate you, bro. All right, brother 985. Welcome to the show, bro. You the last man standing, my brother. Feel free to give your comments on Coach Payton and the future of the team, my brother.
All right, man. How y'all doing, bro? It's been a little minute since I called in, bro, but I'll be trying to get in the chat here and there, though. But yeah, man, honestly, on Sean Payton, man, it was a shocker somewhat because, I was seeing all the reports or whatever, and it was crazy, man. I run out here to Dallas or whatever on Tuesday and Thursday, and one of the guys in the office was like, man, Sean Payton gonna leave y'all. I was like, man, he not leaving, bro. He like 3 years still under contract or whatever. Like, he not gonna leave. And then, like, man, I went to the hotel that morning and laid down, man. And then, man, I got up. My partner then was sending me texts or whatever about him retiring, stepping away or whatever. And I'm like, whoa, like. And then, so, like I said, the guy over here, like, man, basically was saying, like, he coming to Dallas or whatever like that. So we was going back and forth or whatever, but kind of be like, it kind of hit me, and it made me realize, man, hey, you don't know what's on the man heart. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all done been in places where, you know, we wanted to leave a job or whatever. Maybe we told some close friends or whatever like that. But sooner or later, man, you hang it up or whatever, But I'm like the other caller now. I'm starting to think, man, he probably gonna take off a year or whatever, and he's probably gonna go to Dallas, bro, because I heard on one of the shows or whatever. I think it might have been Nick Underhill, if I ain't mistaken. He said, Sean Payton or whatever, when they was over there during the hurricane or whatever, Sean Payton said he didn't want to leave. So that made me think, like, man, like you were saying yesterday, Q, like, why would he want to leave or whatever? If you don't feel like, if you feel like you 2 years away from a Super Bowl or whatever, I don't know, but I mean, we just gotta continue to press on, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, whatever the future hold, whatever, we don't know. I mean, all that we can do is continue to try to do what we did before, try to make it better, solidify, our offense or whatever. Our defense already there. Just continue to build on the offense or whatever, and try to get a quarterback, try to get a coach or whatever. I mean, honestly, to me, I feel like it's probably best for the organization to probably get an offensive-minded coach or whatever, because we got DA still there, unless somebody come scoop him up or whatever. But, I mean, if you get an offensive-minded coach or whatever, I think that's going to help solidify, maybe a quarterback really wanting to come here, because probably right now they probably like, man, I don't know Pete Carmichael like that, like, I haven't seen him call no plays. He wasn't the head coach or whatever. So that might make it unattractive if you're trying to go get a Russell Wilson or something like that. But, that's just my take, man. Hey, salute to Sean Payton on, his future endeavors or whatever that he gonna do in life. I wish him the best, man, and thank him for all the years, that he brought a winning culture, a winning mindset to this organization.
All right, 985. I appreciate you, bro, for
Yes,
dropping
sir.
that signs, bro. Thank you. Be safe out there on that road as well, bro.
Will do, man.
And like I was saying, man, like with the whole Coach Payton thing, we played Jay Glazer's interview earlier, where Jay Glazer says in the interview about the fact that Coach Payton told him in November, 3 months from the happening of the interview, which the interview just came out on a day, what was it, a day or so ago. It happened the same day as Coach Payton stepping down. Glazer, I think it was the next day or the same day. Let me take a look at this clip they posted. It was January the 27th. Jay Glazer says in the interview that Coach Payton told him 3 months prior that he was going to step down. And during the season, well, that will put us right in November in the crutch of the season. So, I'm like, okay, you step away. That's true. I'm not taking nothing from his history. Coach Payton's history is his history. Got the Super Bowl, a lot of wins. He, in my opinion, built up. He's the first ballot. I showed the graphic just a moment ago. Coach Payton's the first ballot Hall of Fame coach. No doubt about it. If he decided to retire and don't go in, he'll be ready to go into that thing in 2027, I want to say. But it's intriguing to hear that Glazer, who is he is tight with Coach Payton, who was supposed to get the scoop to break that story, says that he told him in November that he was going to step away, but then kept flip-flopping on it. That's why Jay Glazer held it to himself. So, I mean, it's intriguing, but if that's the case, that's totally unprofessional, because Coach Payton would definitely discipline and point and look down at somebody talking like that. You telling another media guy outside the organization that is not supposed to happen. So intriguing, but it's very intriguing. People actually, the family, brother Andy Social asked me what player, if it's Mike Thomas, that Hessen, Coach Payton in the retirement, if it's anybody, it was Drew Brees. Drew Brees is all he had up until he had to find another quarterback to carry on the day and realize how hard it is to do that. And simply seemed like he just chose to go in his motion. He ain't retired. He stepped away from the Saints. And Glazer says that he anticipates that he won't do it today. And remember,
If he telling Glazer this 3 months ago, then get Glazer got the rest of the GP, man. He just not going. He ain't gonna sprinkle the game right now because Coach Payton don't want him to do that. But wherever he resurfaces, it won't be Dallas, because it won't be not Dallas. It won't be Chicago because they got Eberflus, the former Indianapolis Colts defensive coordinator. It won't be Denver because they picked up with Paul Hackett's boy Nathaniel Hackett, the former offensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. And more than likely, we'll see. It won't probably be some of these other teams. And McCarthy is sticking around for another year. I just showed you the report there that he was just told that today that they're keeping him and Dan Quinn on for another year. So what he does from this point forward is no business of mine unless they play the Saints, whoever he decides to go to, because he's officially an enemy. But outside of that, man, it's all very intriguing to hear somebody tell you, Glazer, who he is definitely tight with, tell him that he told him in November that he was considering stepping down. That's I don't understand why they ain't writing on no news on this, why there are not articles on this, but it's all good. Anyway, that's why we be talking our stuff and doing our thing. But anyway, we're gonna move on from this. I like to thank every last one of you brothers and the queens and the kings of the Sports Coma for chiming in today. I thank you. I appreciate every last one of you. All the family members that chimed in up in this thing. Much love to you guys. Thank y'all for chiming in as well. Tomorrow, I'm going to come back again. I'm opening up the lines of communication on the Friday stream because I know there's still a lot of family members out there that want to get their comments and stuff in there as well. So with that being said, listen, I appreciate you guys. Thank everybody that in the chat. Much love to all you guys. Thank you. Please feel free, family, to hit the like button if you hadn't hit it. This is a terrific show. Please share the show links, and also please hit your notification bell. We'll be back tomorrow with some more content. So very intriguing, man. Like I said, if y'all want to hear the interview from Glazer, I would play it now, but I simply don't have the time. Please feel free to go to the start of the show when I opened up the broadcast with the interview, and Glazer says it out of his own mouth that he told him 3 months prior. And that would be from the 27th of when the interview was posted, going 3 months back. So, that would be January, December, and to November sometime that was the case. So intriguing if that's the case. But anyway, that'll do it for the show. Much love to the family members. I appreciate y'all, family, as well. And we'll be back tomorrow with some more Saints talk. But boy, I'll tell you, it sure get the stinking. Boy, more and more we start talking about this whole dilemma. Very, very intriguing. We'll holler at your family tomorrow with more Saint content. Much love to the fam. Thank you. I love y'all. Keep y'all heads up. Be safe. And who that?
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons. We won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the Sports Coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Payton, New Orleans, Who Dat Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the Sports Coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Say they gon' beat them Saints. Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that?
Thank you for making Saints Central your black and gold home for the New Orleans Saints.
The WhoThatDaily.com. That's right, the WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who Dat and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, the WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who Dat in all of us.